Hey there YouTube, Wrestling Optimus here, back with Night 2 of my Wrestlemania 39 fantasy booking. If you liked Night 1, let me know in those comments, but remember this is my first time doing what I can only assume is an original idea, so please be constructive and kind with your criticisms. Anyway, to paraphrase Mark Henry, there's been enough talk. Let's take it over to the action figures. On the pre-show, LA Knight, who won hosting duties on Night 1, introduces Hall of Fame inductee and current Impact Knockouts champion Mickie James for a shock announcement. James tells Knight, a former Impact star himself, about her recent string of matches in which not only has her title been on the line each time, but so has her career. Suddenly, Trish Stratus's music plays and out comes Mickie's former mentor and idol. They have a great match that Trish wins, and the two hug afterwards before Outlaw Country rides off into the sunset. In stark contrast to the Money in the Bank ladder match on Night 1, tonight features a Big Hoss Battle Royale featuring Omos, Braun Strowman, Otis, Baron Corbin, Damian Priest, Angelo Dawkins, and Eric and Ivar of the Viking Raiders. Fans are treated to literally all the beef with power spots galore, and in the end, Angelo Dawkins wins just like his tag team partner Montez Ford did on Night 1. Only instead of a Money in the Bank contract, Dawkins receives the first ever Big E Memorial Meaty Men Slapping Man Meat trophy, because if your fantasy bookings aren't at least a little bit ridiculous, you're doing it wrong. Next, in women's trios action, Damage Control takes on the team of Candice LeRae, Shotzi, and Tegan Nox, reuniting the defunct tag team of Shotzi and Nox while adding a veteran in LeRae who can not only help lead the match, but put over Bayley as a legit title contender. Bayley subsequently uses this momentum to slowly become #1 contender and challenge Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam in a callback to their epic NXT rivalry. Dominic Mysterio crashes his dad's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, finally prompting Ray to accept Dom's challenge for a match. Thanks to Judgment Day being preoccupied with their own matches elsewhere on the card, we get to see this father-son combo square off without interference for the first time. Ray is hesitant throughout the match though, and unfortunately, Dom doesn't pull any punches. But when the ref's back is turned, Ray pulls an Eddie Guerrero and throws a steel chair into Dom's hands before flopping to the ground. The ref turns around and immediately DQs Dominic to a massive crowd pop. This also sets up a rematch at SummerSlam where Dom turns babyface and earns his own mask from Ray. Okay, I'll admit this next one is just for me because they're two of my favorites and I've just always wanted to see it. The Fiend Bray Wyatt vs. Demon Finn Balor. Although this could work great as a cinematic match, I think it needs to be in front of fans, if for no other reason than the entrances. With that said, I have no idea what this would look like, and I'm not gonna try to guess. But either way, Demon Finn Balor reigns supreme and gets a little bit of his aura back, while Bray retires the Fiend persona for good and forms a stable with Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss. In one of the most emotionally charged matches of the night, the Usos defend their undisputed WWE Tag Team titles against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a battle of the newly reunited best friends versus the Twin Brothers. At one point, Sami and Jay find themselves face to face in the middle of the ring. Jay screams, "I trusted you!" Sami responds, "I believed in you!" Jay snaps back, "You betrayed the bloodline!" To which Sami sadly responds, "No, you betrayed yourself." It's broken up by Jimmy and KO before any more words can be exchanged, but it's obvious both men have lost the will to fight. In a rage over everything that's happened, Owens nails a pop-up powerbomb followed by a frog splash on an already defeated Jey Uso and secures the victory, but Sami can't bring himself to celebrate as he slowly makes his way up the ramp, officially turning his back on his former family. In 2020, Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble and surprisingly challenged Rhea Ripley for her NXT Women's Championship at Wrestlemania. Flair won that night, and Rhea hasn't been able to get her win back ever since. Well, this year, Mommy won the Royal Rumble, and she's coming straight for the Queen. Ripley channels all her anger from losing that first encounter into a dominant performance, eerily similar to the Goldberg vs. Brock Lesnar squash in 2017. In the ensuing weeks, Charlotte claims it was just a lucky fluke and demands a rubber match at, you guessed it, SummerSlam. For what seems like the first time ever, Brock Lesnar isn't in the main event, but he's still going after a championship as he takes on Gunther for the Intercontinental title. Unlike most Lesnar matches, where each competitor mostly just spams their finisher, this is given plenty of time, and the two put on arguably match of the weekend. Gunther's notorious chops do visible shoot damage to the Beast's chest, and even multiple F5s can't keep the ring general down. Gunther somehow manages to deliver a powerbomb and retains, leading to the aforementioned triple threat match with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Now, in this scenario, Roman Reigns was told in the lead up to the show that he would have to defend both his titles on consecutive nights, and after successfully retaining his Universal title on night 1, albeit with help from the Usos, it's time to face Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Realizing the Usos are basically useless after their match earlier in the night, Reigns comes out with only Paul Heyman by his side. Meanwhile, the Cody Vader is back as the American Nightmare comes out to his most elaborate entrance yet. The two megastars put on an instant classic, using old-school ring psychology to beat down babyface Cody until the red-hot crowd wills him back to life. He hits Dusty's Bionic Elbow, a number of his brother's signature moves including the Shattered Dreams, and finishes it off with a Cody Cutter and three Crossroads to get the pin and finally dethrone the Tribal Chief. He cries while holding the very title they stole from his daddy in the garden, and points to the sky in tribute as fireworks erupt and the show goes off the air. Alright, that'll do it for night 2 of my fantasy booked WrestleMania 39. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought and if I should keep doing these fantasy bookings in the comments down below. If you liked the video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on Twitter at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. If you haven't seen Night 1, you can check that out right here. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.